Hey y'all, Rhonda here. Sorry for the shadow. Anyway, I ordered me a new light. So maybe if I add that to what I have, it'll be better. Anyway, we'll see. Alright, so I was flipping through this Hunkydory Whopper Topper Pad, Gorgeous Gardens. And, I mean, it's just absolutely fabulous. It doesn't have... Oh, that's pretty. Squirrel. It doesn't have, you know, all the different papers and different things. It's just this little bit right here. And I thought, well, you know, you don't need all that extra to make a beautiful card. I mean, you can't not make a beautiful card with this stuff. But anyway, the one that really caught my eye that I thought would be fun was this one right here. I just love those colors. So I'm thinking 6x6, and this is Hunkydory, their card stock and envelopes, and I'm impressed. This is a nice, you know, it's not too thick for when you layer it. Excuse me. Let me get a little drinky here. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, it's not too thick, so when you layer it, you know, then it's not like, you know, cardboard. But it is thick enough that it's going to hold up. So I went and found some cardstock that I thought would match this. Let me get this out of the way. And, of course, I have the mirror, the Miri cardstock. So we have that to match. I'll set that over there so it doesn't blind you. And then I found these two colors that I thought matched really well. Glare. There we go. That I thought matched really well. And you know, it's funny, you know, I always describe putting, you know, a card together like getting dressed. You have your little black skirt or your black pants, and then you have your, you know, you pick out your blouse, and then your shoes and your jewelry, and then sometimes it doesn't go, and so you change your blouse, and then you need to change your shoes, and then your jewelry, and whatever, your purse. So, and it can make a difference, the way you layer it, whether it's this way or this way. And then when you have this, you know, what makes the colors pop. So anyway, this is what I decided on, like this, and the mirror, the gold behind it, because I like layers, because I just think it's really classy looking. And then so I was cutting my papers. I cut some of it wrong. Anyway, another story. So I thought, what can we do that was a little different? And like I said, these are all perforated, so you just punch them out. And I thought, this Hunkydory stuff is wanting to grab hold of there, that it might be fun, you know, the card opens up this way, to trim it diagonal like this and get rid of this part. We could put the topper on this part, or we could put the topper on this part. I thought that might be something different and fun. So let me grab my my cutting machine. And let's see the best way to do this. So we want to cut from there to there. So we line it up. Move it up here. That and that. And hold steady. And we did it. So we have this. All right, let me get rid of this. So, part of this was because I'd cut some of my papers wrong, and I didn't want to, like, just get rid of them or use them on another project and never use them, you know. So I thought this would go a layer here, and then we could cut the pieces for the diagonal here, because, like I said, I ended up cutting and, ooh, I'll blind you there. So we can use these to layer this part. And I have a piece of the gold that we can cut diagonal to matte like we did here. So let's get out our Whopper toppers and kind of play with it a little bit. So again, you know, your little black skirt, and let's see if this blouse will match. Okay, like I said, we could put it here on the top, or we could put it underneath, and I'm already kind of liking on top. Something different. And then we have these other bits, these corners, which we will use. Let's see here. So we have these little corners we could use there, and we could put one here in the corner to make it a little cohesive. And then use these strips somehow. Okay, all right, the wheels are turning. I know, you probably hear smelling something smoking. All right, I'm liking that already. And we don't even have to do much there, but if it was cream, you could just leave like that. But since it's white, we need to add a little something. Okay, so I'm gonna cut down the mirror, and I'm gonna cut down the layers here to match this, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, y'all are gonna have to excuse me because I went outside and watered very, very early this morning, and man, I have been sneezing like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, so if I have to cut it off real quick, that's just so I won't be sneezing all over you. All right, so we have this back all cut out. We don't have it down yet. And then I cut out the corner piece here. So there's our mirror, and then our layers, like so. And we'll have just a little white border all around it. Like I said, I wished I would have picked ivory, but it is what it is. So it'll look like that. And I think this is going to go on the outside because that is just too pretty to cover up like that. I think we just need to put it on the outside. And I popped one of these out. So I think we should add some of those. Let me find my thing that I was working on. And I think just the top two corners. I mean the bottom catty corner. You know what I mean. Like that. And then, let's see, it says dreams come true just for you. Let's let me get these out here. They make them where they're solid across the top. So you have to snip those. Snippy snip. All right. Oops, trying to cut through two there. And cut those off when I can get a hold of them a little better. Oh, goodness. Anyway, gonna be about 102 here today, as I'm sure everybody else is dealing with the heat. But you know what was so nice? When I was out there watering, just ever so often, I would get this little slight breeze. I mean, just a little, almost like a breath, you know, of coolish, not cold, but coolish air. Almost like if you're standing next to the lake or the ocean and you get a little, you know, wind off of it, and it's just cooler. Anyway, that was nice. It was kind of like God saying, you know, it's okay. It's hotter than Hades, but excuse me, relief is on its way. So that was very reassuring and very nice. It was very pleasant this morning. So, all right. I think that's pretty much a done deal on that. This you can cover if you wanted to, but I think that's just more room for writing. And do we want to do anything with this? Just for you. Or do we want to... don't know. I don't know. We could cut that just for you. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Let's just glue this down. All right. So, my little pieces there. I'm almost afraid to. You know all that glue I got? If you watch my last video, my haul video, and I got 6 of these? No. I got 12 of these. Yeah. And I did check my invoice, and I did hit 2 for some reason. So, anyway. But I know it takes a little while to dry. So for the sake of all of that, especially with this mirror cardstock, I'm going to use good old trusty score tape. And where is my little thing that I used to cut it with? See, I started cleaning up a little bit, so now I can't find anything. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get back to business here. Anyway, sorry for the sniffles, because, I mean, oh, man, I have sneezed and sneezed. And then, something bit me on the leg. Man, it just, I mean, like, somebody hit me with a hot poker, and I slapped and looked about the same time, and I had a little streak of blood on me, on my calf. I was like, what in the world? So I don't know if I killed it, or if that's, it bit me and ran off, or flew off, or whatever it's doing. All right, so I take a quarter of this, and fold it back a little, and then line this up where I want it. You gotta hold your mouth just right. Nope, go back that way a little bit. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's a handmade card. It's not supposed to be perfect. Right? All right. And my stuff from the big craft days, what do they call it? Craft days at HSN with all of the new diamond press is supposed to be here today. So I'm all excited. Did I turn this the right way? Yeah. So and I've been wanting to do some junk journals. I need to make some ephemera and some different things. So I need to get on that. Just not enough hours in the day. Alright, same thing here. And if you make this too long, see how it hangs off a little bit? No big deal. What you do is just fold it over, and it's fine. Alright, let's line this puppy up. Hold your mouth just right. You gotta concentrate. Alright. I don't know. I love mats. I just think it's elegant, and it just finishes it off. Whether you have 1 mat or 10 mats, I just think it's really sharp. Alright. And do this, and I will use that glue. Of course, I have to use it because I have 12 bottles of it. But I'm thinking about, because it's, excuse me, pretty liquidy, that I may put it in one of those little tiny bottles, like this, because I think it would come out of there just fine, because you can see it's pretty fluid, so I think it would come out. Because these ends you have to cut off the top, and it makes a pretty big hole, which is not always the best thing. Alright. So, same thing here. Like I said, with this Hunkydory, you cannot make a bad card, I don't think. Fold that over. Alright, sorry about that. Had a sneezing fit again. Alright, I'm trying not to sniffle, sneeze. man, whew, like I said, something got a hold of me. And then lift this up and pull these off. Like I said, I do it this way because, you know, with score tape, it's a done deal. It's down and it's not moving. And I use this all the time. I know people say, oh, it doesn't hold as well as other stuff. Well, yeah, it does. As liquid glue. Like I said, I use this on journals, and I haven't had any, I don't know what that is, issues with it whatsoever. All right, now let's glue these together. Tape. All right, well, let me finish putting these together, and then I will be back and we will finish this. Okay, sorry about that. I've had to stop several times. I'm trying not to breathe heavy, and I'm trying not to sneeze, and but you can hear that I've been on a sneezing fit. Okay, let's get this garden finished. So we have the 6x6. Excuse me, we cut that in half, slantways, which that's a technical term. Let's see, we're going to add this on the outside, and then our little quarters. One here, and, excuse me, one there. And I think that's all we're going to do. So let's get out this handy dandy glue that I'm going to have to fall in love with. And we're going to go this way. Oh. Okay. And all right, put it like so. And I had to concentrate. Man, like I said, I don't know what got a hold of me, but something did. And in this corner, this glue's pretty good. It, you know, it doesn't grab really quick, like some of the other ones. But on the other hand, it gives you a minute to move around, which is good. Like I said, I'm going to try it in one of those little bottles. And we'll put the cap back on. Excuse me. I mean, I think that's all we're going to do to this card. I really like this. It's different. Excuse me, like I said, you have plenty of room to write on. If you wanted to cover this, you could, but I think it's fine. And you can even add another little one down here in the corner, one of these little corner pieces. But I like this. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Make somebody's day. Send them a card. Just let them know you're thinking about them. And until next time, bye for now.